Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Traders Podcast. I'm Flexin' Joe,
I'm Robbie.
and we have a fantastic episode for you guys tonight. This is take number 2. We're re-recording the whole damn thing again because Captain Stupido jacked up all the audio on the first one. So we're going to run it back for you guys. We got some stuff to cover. We're going to talk about the House of Stacks 75 hard.
Topstep policy changes.
And Topstep's payout statistics.
And then Topstep possibly denying payouts.
And Mr. BD Big H, the Big Dip bag holder, has revealed their identity to me.
And more. Run it, baby. Oh,
run what, bro? What are we doing?
The intro, we talked about it in pre-chat.
I don't remember talking about this. You all right?
Oh my God, Joseph, I can't. We've already had to record this a second time.
Oh, shit, he's mad, folks. He's mad.
Oh, wait, where am I? I gotta put my headphones back together, bro.
Oh, shoot. Look, he got too mad. Now he's coming back.
Where'd my headphones go, Ashley?
They always come crawling back to Joseph.
That hard? How could I have lost them?
They always come crawling back to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there they are. They're under my chair.
The best part is he can't hear me right now, and he's gonna hear this when he watches the recording after. It's gonna be he's gonna love me talking.
All right, let me plug this bad boy back in.
Hey, Charles, let's bring the butter, baby. Charles, we gotta get the butter out. If you watch this, Charles, get the butter, BB.
All right, let me plug this bad boy back in.
A bunch of clowns over here.
I think that's good enough.
All right, you there?
That was a little more dramatic than I was expecting.
Hey, yo, what do you think about this new camera, though, dude? It's crisp, huh?
You look good. You got some color to your skin for once.
I got some color, bro. I got some color. Look at this old webcam, bro. Oh my God. Even the dog wants to get up and run away from this thing. Holy smokes. Wow. What a difference.
It's so night and day.
What a difference, bro. We gotta throw this thing out, man. I'm just gonna get rid of this sucker.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't forget to, we could donate that. You don't have to put it to e-waste, and then you can get a little $20-$50 on your donation for your tax write-off later on.
Look at him, bro. Look at him. He's awake for this one. He slept through the whole first
he's so
episode.
Crisp.
He's looking good. Hey, what a stud. What a stud.
Yeah,
all right, so
good boy.
Let's get into this, right? Let's get into this. So let's talk about the House of Stacks 75 hard. So for those of you who might not be familiar with 75 hard, it's really just a challenge all about discipline, okay? And so we ran this last year. We ran it in April, and it was pretty good. I don't know how many people stuck through it the full 75 days. I did. Biggest thing last time was drinking all this water, but let me run through the rules for y'all real quick, okay? Stick to a diet. It can be the diet of your choice. It must be structured, and you must follow it consistently every day for 75 days. Drink a gallon of water every day. You can tweak that based off of your personal size. Some people need more. Some people need a lot less. No cheat meals or alcohol for the full 75 days consecutively. Exercise once a day for 45 minutes. Try to get outside if you can. So even a 45-minute walk is great. Study charts. So this is where we brought it and made it real for traders. Study charts for 45 minutes a day. Live trading does not count. You need to review your trades, back tests, etc., and post those charts that you've reviewed, either on the chart review floor in House of Stacks or post them on X. Read 10 pages of a book every day. It should be a nonfiction book, right? Something to focus on self-improvement. Audiobooks do not count. And strongly suggested The Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler or Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Both fantastic books. And then take a progress picture every day, right? So if you're going from being sedentary, not drinking enough water, look at the camera moves and everything when I move. And you never really worked out, exercise, now you're going to change it up. You're not going to see much changes from day 1 to day 10, but from day 1 to day 75, you're going to see a really big difference. So it'll be cool to kind of you could just put those on a video loop and just watch yourself literally change. So
yeah, that's the one thing for sure I would recommend. Don't forget to take that picture, or at least weekly. Because when I did that, and I was like, wow, I can actually see it, and it's so rewarding, and you'll really regret it if you don't do that.
Yeah. I think every day could be a bit much too. So you're right. Every week, every Sunday morning or something like that, you wake up, total dry weight, empty stomach, snap a photo and see how you're looking. So, It really just talked to about like the main discipline, or if you want to call it the first discipline, right? The primary discipline in life is really what goes in, but also what comes out of your mouth, right? And so if you can develop that discipline to follow a strict diet, to follow no alcohol, drinking enough water, all of that, right? Then you're going to be able to transfer that discipline to other facets of your life, right? And how can you
Absolutely.
expect to be a disciplined and profitable trader if you can't even control what you eat or drink every day? So that was
Yeah.
really just tying it all together. But this is our second time doing it, right? And we did officially start it yesterday, March 1st. But any of you watching this, you're welcome to jump in, comment, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, and I'm gonna modify it for myself. Like last year, I was a lot more strict than I'm gonna be this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I cut out sweets entirely. I cut out sodas. I think I had like maybe 2 or 3 sodas across the 90 days because I did it for 90 days. And that those are just special occasions. But this time around, I'm probably gonna do. I'll probably still have a soda, but maybe like once or twice a week, something like that.
So we got an overachiever on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. He said he went 90. Man.
Well, I was doing P90X, so I wanted to do the 90 days.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I was gonna say somebody out there go hit 91.
Yeah.
But overall, though, you liked it. Though you feel like it. Do you feel like it helped you?
I think. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because at the time I was also not. I wasn't doing my daily review as often.
Mm-hmm.
My journaling was still pretty sporadic,
Mm-hmm.
and I was reading, but not as much. So despite the fact that we ended that last year, I've still been reading, not every day, but like multiple times a week for sure, and usually an hour or more at a time.
Oh,
Still doing
fantastic.
charting and stuff. So like for you and I, that stuff has become our everyday routine. For me, I pretty much gave up on the fitness and so I'm kind of getting back to my roots on that, and I'm paying the price because I went hard the other day.
Yeah, that's good though, man. I'm glad you're getting after it. Like that was the fitness part isn't something that I really have to worry about too much. I'm pretty active, just whether it's getting steps in every day or actually going to hit in the gym and hitting it hard. But the biggest thing is still the water, right? And especially while it's cold. I mean, it's only 15 degrees here right now. It's harder to
Right.
There's nothing really that's like driving you to be thirsty.
Exactly. Yeah. On the hot days, it's like easy. Just pound down that first bottle for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But on cold days, you're really fighting for it.
Yeah. The other thing that's cool though with the water though is like in terms of energy, right? So like I've noticed that because I actually don't drink coffee anymore in the morning, except for like if I'm gonna have one, I'll have one like on a Saturday or Sunday, because I also like I do work Saturday and Sunday, and so like yesterday for example, I was up at like 3:45 in the morning, had 1 cup of coffee, but most of the time I don't drink coffee. But even yesterday morning, like before the cup of coffee, I had a whole bottle of water, like a regular 16 bottle of water, 16-ounce bottle of water. And that actually like rehydrating first thing in the morning does help boost your energy levels too, which is nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
yeah. Should we jump into our first topic here, basically?
Yeah.
Or well, our second topic?
Yeah.
Policy changes.
So hopefully you guys will join us on the House of Stacks 75 hard challenge and help yourselves out. So yeah, Robbie, what are the Topstep policy changes and how am I going to be affected as a Topstep trader?
All right. So going forward, you're going to be able to collect 5 single payouts from an XFA before they push you to a live account. So what they're saying is that you can take up to 5,000 per payout, 25,000 per account, and then you get moved to live. And then, and then, it may be sooner on subsequent accounts based on your trading history, is what they said in the email.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we're going to be getting into a situation where people might want to start potentially gaming it, where it's like, okay, I'm on my 4th payout. Do I potentially blow this and then not get moved to live because I still want to copy trade? Because that's the other thing. Like once you go live, you can't copy trade anymore.
Right. Yes, because you can only have 1 live account.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so yeah, and you better believe that you're going to have a maximum daily trading limit. Because if you're not doing that right now, some people have the discipline not to, and that's cool. But just to have that safeguard to not accidentally blow your account, they're going to have that for you because now you're trading with real capital.
Yeah, it's a lot like being like employed at a real prop firm, right? Like, yeah, at a real prop firm, you have a risk manager, right? And so, there's plenty of stories from people who work at those real prop firms will tell you that, hey, the risk manager will tap you on the shoulder and tell you, hey, you're done for today. Like, you out. So, this is just an electronic way of doing it. The crappy part about Get Moving Alive is that it takes a week, bro. Like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that,
dude. They drag their feet up on that one, man. Like, drag their feet. And then so, like, if you're consistently profitable and even if you're consistently taking $200-$400 or more off of the market every day times those 5 accounts, like, that's a potentially big blow to your pocket.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like a pretty good segue to our next topic, because you've been getting messages from people. I've been getting messages from people about copy trading.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, we're not talking about copy trade in the same 5 accounts though. We're talking about these folks want to copy trade and set up other accounts in other people's names. So, like,
yeah,
first off, I got asked a couple times about this. Like, not a thing to do. Okay.
right.
I think you said something about, like, there's something in the terms and conditions about this.
Yeah, in the express funded agreement that we all have supposedly read and signed, I forget which segment it is. It's like 5.3 or
Okay.
section 5E or something like that.
Okay.
There's a specific clause that implies a personality to it. So you have explicitly said that this account is not transferable. So, I mean, it implies that you are the one to be trading the account.
Right.
So we know that if you're going to be breaking the rules, Topstep isn't going to be letting you get away with that for very long. And if you get caught, the risk is potentially getting maybe banned from trading multiple accounts for a few months at a time, and most certainly getting payouts denied.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
if you're going to risk this, for your friend or whatever, or your wife, teach the person to trade, guys.
Yeah, for sure. And this kind of goes a little along with why Apex was doing those, like, videos where you had to prove it was you trading, clicking the buttons. Excuse me. And I don't want to see Topstep going down that road. That's for sure, because that was a pain in the ass for Apex when I did that. But not because I'm not trading, but just to have, like, the camera set up correctly and pointed at you, and you had to be able to show your mouse, and it was a whole mess, right? But just don't do it. Like, one of the people who messaged me said, they didn't even have 5 accounts yet, and I was like, well, so, because my question to them was, well, what are you not able to do with 5 accounts that you think you'd be able to do with 10 by adding another user? And it's like, you just get the 5 accounts, like, duh. Like, get the 5 and work the 5, and you should be fine. Like, that's more than enough. And if you're very successful with the 5, ideally you're going to start transferring some of that money that you withdraw through Topstep into your own cash account and be able to trade, your own money as well. Because after, remember, after you make 10K in payouts, Topstep is now keeping 10%. So if you're good at trading, then why do you want to, like, give away 10%?
Yeah, and I wonder if some of these people that are trying to sidestep that limit are potentially just blowing those accounts, and they just want more chances.
Yeah, probably so.
But there is a way to get 50K accounts if you really want to. Really? And so, I mean, it's a little secret. Maybe you shouldn't do it. But if you're going to do it, I would say you either need to be on the verge of starting all over, having 0 accounts, or at most have just one single account already, because then you'll have 11 accounts in total. But what you do, or what you don't do, is you go to Topstep and you get ready to sign up for a new account, and then you choose the 150K account, and you just do that 4 or 5 times, and there you go. You got your 1550Ks, baby. So, I mean, come on, guys. If you really are in the league where you need more than 550Ks, then it's time to step up, size up, and just trade trade a bigger account.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're going to go over the payout policy and stuff too. But there's definitely a lot to be gained by trading prop with Topstep. It's not worth that risk. And just really quickly, for those of you who don't know why they're called 50K or 150K accounts, is because like if you went through a standard broker like Thinkorswim, Schwab, right? That like a 50K account allows you to trade 2 mini contracts, like 2 ES or 2 NQ, right? Those are minis. That's because of how much margin you need to be able to like put those trades on. So, that's why they're called that, and that's why you have that. They give you a $2,000 buffer,
right?
Because if you went to go trade in your own account, you got to have about 50K in there. So that's where the name originally comes from. From like it associates the initial margin required with the initial size, and then they let you size up faster than you could if you were actually on a Thinkorswim account, right? Because when you make 2K in profit on an XFA, on a 50K XFA, you can now go to 5 contracts. But in order to do that on like Schwab, you would need to have you need to be at like $125,000 account value. So you'd need to have like substantial growth. So like it's something to think about when you're taking that risk and how you're actually trading versus that, versus what your margin requirements would be. And that's also why a lot of other brokers or a lot of other traders, are moving into, trading like on NinjaTrader or like on Iron Beam, for example, because like NinjaTrader, like we went over this earlier, you need to have about $200 per micro, right? So a micro on Schwab would be 1/10 of that, like 25K, whatever the exact number is. So it'd be like what, $2,200. You even only need to have 1/10 of that on NinjaTrader. So, with $1,000 account, you could start off trading 5 micros.
Yeah, technically the requirement is $100 per micro.
Yeah,
but you need an extra $100 because you need to have some drawdown, because otherwise you'd get immediately liquidated, unless by some stroke of miracle your first trade was immediately in profit and never pulled back against you.
Right. And the reason I know it was $200 and not $100 is because we recorded this already, and I said it was 100 the first time, and Robbie came in there with that tidbit. So see, I learned something from the first podcast. There you go.
You see, we watch our own podcast, guys.
That's it.
We're liked and subscribed as well.
That's it. You know the drill, guys. You know the drill. See that? Boom. Subscribe, like, turn the notification bell on.
Yeah. And Joe, you shared with me a post on X that they have disclosed some payout statistics.
Yeah, this was a really cool post. We'll link it down in the description box below if you want to check it out. It was like a 1.5-minute clip where the CEO of Topstep was covering some trader statistics, right? So in 2023, 25% of the traders passed their eval and got an XFA account. In 2024, 25,000 different traders, 25,000 different users were paid. So if you received a payout from Topstep in 2024, you're in one of 25,000 people. So that's pretty good. He did not specifically say how many actual users they have, but later it looks like they said something about 12% of all users got a payout. So just kind of going off the math there, that means roughly about 208,000 individual users are using Topstep. So if you got a payout at all, you're one of 208,000+ people, which is pretty good. You should feel good about that.
Absolutely.
And then this is where it gets wild, though, is for the traders who received over $100,000 in payouts from Topstep last year, you are one of 136 people. So you are like the best of the best. Like you're the Top Gun type traders. Okay.
Yeah.
You should feel really good about that. If you got a 50K or more in payouts, it's 514 total users. Now, what's not exactly clear is it 514 between 50 and 100 or 514 from 50 and up. But either way, you did good.
Right. Yeah. I kind of would have hoped that they would have segregated that, but either way, it's still a very small number, 136 to 514. So it's like you're in the 1%, guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then apparently they have a free hat tier. which is anything more than $5,000 in payouts. And if you received more than $5,000 in payouts last year, you are one of 7,500 traders. So still very, very good if you received over 5K in payouts last year. I actually applied for the free hat, I guess, so long ago that I forgot I applied for it, and then reapplied, and then even sent them some messages or whatever on on X, like, yo, I live in Maine and my head is cold, like, send me the damn hat. But
yeah,
I'll let you know. If I get a hat, I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, we'll wear on the podcast, right? Or at least flash it.
Yeah, for real, because like I got the 5K last week, bro. So like, give me the damn hat.
Yeah. One thing that I was really interesting is that near the end of it was that 95% of traders fail with their kids' college fund. And that's kind of a big oof.
Dude, that's like super. Isn't that super disheartening to hear?
Yeah, and it's like, so what happens? Like, are you not putting your kid to college, or is it just like now you're going to start to go into debt because you want to pay for your kid's college still? Either way, it's unfortunate, but that's tough.
And it kind of goes along with that 390s rule, right? Like 90% of traders lose 90% of their funds in the first 90 days. So
yeah, for sure.
So Topstep or trading prop is really, really the way to go. It's you much less risk and an infinite reward.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the topic of payouts, did you hear about the person on X that got denied?
Yeah, I did. Refresh my memory on the exacts here. What did they do? Okay,
so at first, people were maybe getting a little bit concerned that this is going to be some Apex style of shenanigans with payout denials. But the reality was that this person was breaking the rules, and they did admit it. And what the rule that they broke was that they had went long on one account and went short on the other at the exact same time. So, that's a really, really stupid thing to do, guys, because you're not trading a system, you're gambling at that point. And, it makes perfect sense that they ban this person. They didn't ban him outright, but they've limited him to a single 50K account for 3 months, and depending on his performance during those 3 months, he could submit a review.
All right, well, so that was nice of them.
Yeah. I mean, they could have just said, "Yeah, sorry, pal, you're out of here."
Could have just hit him with the ban hammer.
Yeah, exactly. So on the same token, if we're wait, did we talk about copy trading yet?
A little. For the wife?
Yeah, we did. Okay, yeah, we already did. I was trying to remember.
Which podcast? You trying to remember which recording we covered in it? I know, dude. Yes. I'm sorry. This is my fault.
Yeah, so on the same token, if you get busted for doing that, then maybe the same rules will apply to you. Maybe you'll get banned for 3 months and you only get to trade the one account or something. So let's be smart about what we're doing, guys, and don't break the rules. We should know the rules of the accounts that we're trading, about how much you can make in a single trade or per day, those types of things. And definitely don't want to be hedging by going counter to a one trade on one account and on the other. It's pretty messed up.
Yep. Exactly. It's not a smart play.
Yeah, for sure.
It is not a smart play. Yeah, for sure. So I don't think that's going to apply to most people, thankfully, but that is like that was like the stupidest thing ever, dude. Because like those trades were like 5 seconds apart. Like if you just wanted to throw 5 cons of NQ around, like just throw the 5 cons.
For sure.
Just what is this like? Because you like at best, right? At best, you only need 15 points. So like in theory, were you gonna get 15 points on one and then stop out at 15 points on the other, and then have like a little bit of the account left? Like, what sort of cockamamie plan was this?
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, probably multiple times, but at the very least in our serial blowups podcast episode.
Yeah,
where sure, you can trade and go full size and try to get that account passed in 2 days, but your risk is insane because you could also blow that in 2 trades too, versus maybe just taking 3 days or 4 days to just do it one con at a time. And you have many more chances, because even if you don't do it in the 4 days, maybe it takes you 10 days, but you still have multiple more opportunities to pass than if you were just trying to go YOLO like that.
Robbie, I want my funded account right now. Okay, I want it now. Damn it, I want it now. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait 3 days when I can be making money in 2. Robbie.
Yeah, you sound like the girl from Willy Wonka. What was her name? That the blueberry chick.
Baruka, was it Baruka Salt or something?
Yeah, Baruka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was is she the one who she blew up, like, right? They had to roll her out of there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude.
I want an Oompa Loompa now, and then she drank something. I don't know, whatever. I should probably watch that again, but
I can't remember either. I can't remember either.
Yeah.
Yo. But hey, all right. Well, as long as they don't stop doing dumb stuff, don't just don't do dumb stuff, right? Like, don't do anything dumb, like, mess up the mic settings on a podcast either. So then, the big dip bag holder, the BDBH, finally revealed themselves to me. So happened in the oddest of ways. They randomly sent me a message and was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult it is, like, is it to, like, coach me or kind of help me or whatever? And I was like, I don't know, like a 2, like, because I always felt like when I talked to this trader, I didn't realize this person was the same person you were talking to when I'm having this conversation with them. So I was just like, oh, like when we talked, we would, it seemed like you'd listen and we would discuss things, and I would like, do your job. Right. I've been very big on this, like, do your job sentiment lately in the market, right? Like, scale when a pivot breaks, do your job, so like, take good entries, with reasonable risk, do your job. Right. And so I was like, oh yeah, you're not bad. And then they were just like, oh, this is jumped into like, oh, well, Robbie's helping me and I'm being kind of stubborn.
Yeah. So it's funny because, and once he told me that, I was like, hey, just so you know, I never told Joe who you were.
Mm-hmm.
But on that same token, I'm like, so you're a 2 with Joe, but you're a pain in the ass with me, huh? I see you're picking favorites.
Dude, exactly.
And the reason this whole conversation started was because on Thursday, they shared a trade with me that was actually a winner, but I was asking what their scaling plan was, and they were telling me what their stop was. It was like 2-minute CBC. But they entered the trade literally 4 seconds after the candle opened. So it's like, there's no way that's possibly CBC because you didn't know what the candle was going to do. And the prior candle was probably 30 points or more already. Because this is like, I think 15 minutes after the open. And so there was that, but then there was their scaling plan, and they were telling me like, I was too lazy to lower my stop on the runner. Which that sounded so ridiculous. How easy is it to just take that little mouse button and click over? It's a fraction of a second. But on top of that, like, I was like, okay, so that's kind of where the frustration was, and I'm like, he's like, okay, I'm not trying to focus on having a runner right now. I'm just trying to focus on getting like consistent profit. And so I'm saying to him, well, on one hand, you're telling me that holding a runner isn't important to you, but your actions are showing me that you actually are trying to hold a runner. So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, okay, but then why not take the majority of your position off at the fifth? Or if you don't want to hold the runner, then just take everything off all at once and don't do the runner. But that's they weren't doing that. So that's kind of how that played out, and they had reached out to you just to see how stubborn they were being. And the next day, though, they showed me a video of their trading day, and I was like really, really, really pumped for them. They got a 50-point trade on MNQ on their runner. They followed their scaling plan. The first trade was a loser, but not only did they honor the 10-point stop loss, they set a limit order. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is awesome, because like, this is the kind of stuff I've been talking about for the last few weeks. Like, hey, on that last trade, why didn't you you said you were already bearish or whatever. Why didn't you consider setting a limit order up here? And within those wicks, you had a zone drawn. Wouldn't that have been so cool to have had that entry right there? And your risk was very well defined. And so it just seemed like they weren't feeling it yet, right? But then when they showed me those trades, it was just really cool and satisfying to see. 'Cause the next trade they went, the first trade was a loser. That's fine. You can review that and figure out where you went wrong there. But they followed the plan. They followed the scaling plan. They honored the stop loss. They didn't tweak it, and they set a limit order both times. The second trade was a phenomenal 50-point trade on the runner for MNQ, and that's like, dude, who doesn't want 50 points? It doesn't matter if it's MNQ or minis. Obviously, we want minis, but 50 points is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, those are like a lot of things when you're in review to like check boxes for like wins, right? Like setting the bid entry, appropriate scales, even just taking the runner off at a reasonable amount, trading MNQ while you build consistency. Those are all like really great things. Personally, I think this person is a good trader. I think that what continues to block them from long-term continued success is the same thing that probably blocks many of you, and it is your ego, right? Because it's and I know this because it blocks me at times too. It's the ego of, I want to be right. I know better than what the market's going to do. I think that, I think price is going to turn right here and blah, blah, blah. And then not being able to accept when you're wrong. It's all ego. Like, you just dismiss the ego and submit yourself to the will of the market and just follow along. And things go a whole lot smoother when I do that.
Yeah, 100%, man. And, it's interesting because when I was first talking with this person, things sort of like shifted once I had posted in the group chat that I had passed the 50K with one con at a time and a 10-point stop loss. And then the following week I had posted getting a payout on a 50K, one con at a time and a 10-point stop loss.
On NQ, guys. This is 10 points on NQ. This is a phenomenal thing.
On NQ, yeah. So they're thinking to themselves, okay, all right, maybe I'll listen to what this person's trying to share with me, is how I perceived it anyway. And so on Friday, when they took their trades to get those 10 points, sure, the first one stopped, but the second one, it worked fantastically. And I think it was just, sometimes you need to see it for yourself. And in this person's mind, I feel like they got that really amazing trade by following two key principles: honoring your risk and setting a limit order. And they got a really great entry. And obviously, they didn't get stopped out. And they saw for themselves that with the right discipline and system, that they can take the same kind of trades that you and I are taking.
Exactly. Like, discipline is key. And now we have come full circle on this pod, bro. We're right back to 75 hard, building up that discipline in your life. That's what it was all about. That's what it was all about. For sure. And we see that too in like the House of Stacks, right? Like, just even on the homework review or whatever, when people will look back at their month or their week and what's going well and what's not going well, there's a lot of folks that struggle with discipline, right? Taking FOMO trades is a discipline issue, right? Because you're not staying true to your plan. Like, everything. Just discipline, ego. It's all us. It's not the market's fault.
And I'm looking forward, to seeing this trader's progress, because, we've talked about them getting multiple payouts in the past. And of course, that's why I was like, don't you quit, man. Because like, if you're getting multiple payouts, like, sure, maybe the first one could have been a fluke. But if you're getting multiple, then certainly you're doing at least some things right. And it's repeatable if you can identify what those things are, and then be disciplined.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They can do it too. I have a lot of faith in this individual. I know that they're a good trader. I know that they're very skilled at reading the market. I know that he can do it. So I look forward to seeing him back in the winner's circle. That's one of the great things about House of Stacks that I love, man, is like seeing people get, payouts, multiple payouts. Like, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think we've wrapped up round 2.
And we did it in like 5 less minutes, bro.
Oh, nice. So, for anybody that was wondering if we're going to do longer, shorter episodes, here's a 35-minute one for you.
That's it. So, like, subscribe, turn the notifications on. Who knows what kind of crazy antics we'll have next time. So, we'll see you guys later.
Later, guys.